What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, The Hot Commodity, and you are joining me for our Attitude Era Season 2 series recap. We have made it to December 1999. If you want to check out all the other episodes that are in our archive, just search for Season 1 and Season 2 of the Attitude Era. We have covered December 1997 all the way now to December 99. And I'll be covering this episode of WWE SmackDown, December 2nd, 1999, live in Anaheim, California. A huge night. We're on the aftermath of Triple H ruining Stephanie's wedding and actually getting married to Stephanie the night before in Las Vegas in a beautiful wedding chapel. Vince is backstage with a bat and he is pissed. Stephanie McMahon comes out to kick off SmackDown. Stephanie says, "The only person to blame for what happened on Raw is myself. I should have known better and shouldn't have drank so much. I don't remember anything that happened. I was as shocked as everyone when I saw Triple H married." Vince and Shane come out. Stephanie says, "I know what your intentions are, but it's not what I want. It's time for me to stand on my own. Promise me you'll let me handle this my way." Vince and Shane both promise Stephanie, and then they leave the ring. I don't know what Stephanie means by her way, but hopefully we'll get something more stuff with this episode continues. We then see Kane and Viscera fighting backstage. They fight down to the ring. Um, Kane and Viscera now fight in this match. Kane is hitting a flying clothesline. X-Pac comes out with a microphone. X-Pac says, "It was so intentional kicking Tori on Raw." Kane loses by countout because he's distracted by X-Pac. But Kane ends up landing a choke slam to Viscera, and X-Pac days might be numbered. Al Snow watches footage of The Rock beating him up on Raw. He's not happy about it. Next up, we have Edge and Christian versus the Dudley Boyz. Edge lands a Super Hurricane Rana, but Edge ends up hurting his leg, and then Devon Dudley hits a slam on Edge, and the Dudley Boyz get the victory. After the Dudleys attack Edge and Christian until the Acolytes make the save, and the Dudley Boyz almost severely injured Edge here in this situation. Next up, WWF European Champion, the British Bulldog with the Mean Street Posse taking on former champion D'Lo Brown. During this match, Val Venis attacks British Bulldog on the floor, which then leads D'Lo to attack Val. D'Lo hits Val Venis with a sky high, and the British Bulldog walks away, still European champion, and D'Lo is now pissed at Val Venis. Triple H arrives in a limo, and Stephanie runs off once she sees him, so she is clearly not happy. WWE Tag Team Champions, the New Age Outlaws, and X-Pac come out with shopping carts filled with gifts. X-Pac says, "DX, what do we do? What we say and say what we do. At Armageddon, I'm gonna beat and humiliate you, Kane, in front of your old lady and rip that mask right off." Road Dogg says, "DX brings to you the latest member of the McMahon family, Triple H." Triple H comes out wearing a Vince McMahon mask and he takes it off. Road Dogg says, "How's married life treating you?" Triple H says, "I'm a little tired, but things are good." DX put a picture of Triple H in with the McMahon family portrait. They give Triple H red lingerie for Stephanie. And Road Dogg has a front row ticket for Armageddon for Stephanie. Triple H says, "You're the most awful friends a guy could ever have. Now that I have the McMahon stroke, we will have a no holds barred match at Armageddon. Dad, your daughter is going to watch me beat you so you can't get up." So if the DX is just mocking the McMahons, mocking this whole wedding, and now a no holds barred match has been made for Armageddon. Al Snow attacks The Rock backstage, leading Mankind to come out. Mankind talks about his book being the number one bestseller, and he's upset that his two friends, The Rock and Al Snow, are fighting. Chris Jericho comes down. Jericho says, "You're whining about your two friends fighting. They hate you. Y2J hates you." And then Chris Jericho challenges Mankind to a match. China comes out after Chris Jericho drop kicks a chair into Mankind. China hits Chris Jericho with a title, but Mankind accidentally bumps Miss Kitty off the apron. That distracts Mankind, allowing Chris Jericho to roll up Mankind. And although China tried to distract Jericho, Jericho got the upper hand here on SmackDown. We find out that Stone Cold Steve Austin will need surgery for his spine after that crazy situation where he got run over at Survivor Series. Test arrives backstage, and we get a special tag team match. Kurt Angle and Steve Blackman teaming up against the Headbangers. Steve kicks Mosh, and Kurt Angle pins Mosh, even though Steve Blackman was the one to basically get the victory here. And Kurt Angle celebrates like he never won anything before. Stephanie talks to Tess backstage, and she tells Tess that she loves him, and he says he doesn't know how to feel. And obviously, Stephanie is very hurt by this. Next up, Crash Hollywood Hardcore Holly takes on Rikishi with Too Cool. Rikishi lands a cutter and a sit-out driver. Rikishi gets the win. After Too Cool and Rikishi dance, and Sky Hardy performs the worm. Fun stuff. Next up, The Rock takes on Al Snow. The Rock gets the victory after landing a spine buster and a people's elbow. After Al Snow hits The Rock with head and stomps on The Rock, the New Age Outlaw runs out and help Al Snow beat up The Rock. Mankind runs out with a chair. He chases Al Snow out of the ring with the chair, and it looks like Al Snow has turned his back on The Rock and Mankind. The New Age Outlaws looking to dig up the bones. Next up, we have the New Age Outlaws and X-Pac taking on the team of the WWE Champion, The Big Show, and the Hardy Boyz with Terry. During the match, Jeff Hardy lands a swanton to Mr. Ass off of the Big Show's shoulders. Jeff lands a sunset flip roll-up to get a 3-count victory for the Big Show and the Hardys. After the Big Boss Man attacks the Big Show with his nightstick, DX attack until The Rock, Kane, and Mankind make the save. And although DX stood tall, it was The Rock, Mankind, and Kane to end SmackDown, getting some payback on D-Generation X. DX has been running amok for a while. We'll find out what happens. We'll be covering WWE Raw is War from December 6th. Then we've got SmackDown from December 9th, and then Armageddon. A lot coming your way. Stay tuned. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.